I'm officially less than a man, boys. It's over. The snip, the tuck, the nip, the tuck. I'm done. I guess I'm not sterile yet. I guess I have a little bit of an adventure I have to go on to make sure those terms are coming to a completion. But they say 10 to 15 ejaculations. Rookie numbers right there, buddy.
Yeah.
It's good.
Wait, did you have to work? Did you have to wait at all?
What do you mean? No,
They
I
say,
have.
like,
Hey, truth be told, I haven't experienced that yet. I still have another day to wait until I get to pleasure myself and see how that unfolds. But yeah, that's it, dude. I got a couple of questions I have for you guys. One.
How does it feel? Well, it feels great. I feel wonderful. I have full set all my faculties about me.
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience. If you guys are ever going to go get the procedure done, just know it's a very uncomfortable process that takes about 15 to 30 minutes. Maybe took longer, maybe took less. I don't know. I was huffing nitrous like it was going out the fucking style. Like I was on an airplane that was on fire and I needed to fucking survive. Homeboy even said, "Hey, why don't you lay off that a little bit?" And my response was, "All right."
No, I thought you just say,
Nice.
"Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain."
It was a prolonged chuckle followed by an okay. Like what you're saying makes sense because I know that I'm not. But I do want to know, how is it weird how normal? I've had time to reflect now. I'll start with you, Alan. Is it weird how normal like having your genitalia mutilated by a surgeon has become in America, or is it just me?
I mean, I guess it's kind of weird. I mean, it's totally voluntary, though. You didn't have to do it. Like,
I know, but the fact that like
and then they mutilate you. They're very like minimally invasive. Like somebody's gonna look at like the only person noticing that's like one person, presumably, and it's probably not even noticeable.
Okay, you say, like, did they really mutilate you? But, like, I mean, technically, I don't know what they do with the balls in the process of the procedure, but they get around them, they pull a whole tube out that has a function,
Yeah,
and they cut and burn it, which I smelled. Ugh. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
And then you are no longer able to procreate as a human being. I feel like that's mutilation. Just because they tuck it all back into that the convenient sack we got down there doesn't really mean it's not like a mutilating process.
I mean, I think it does by definition of the word, but hey, who the hell am I? I get what you're saying, though. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But is that not like it's partially like advancement in modern medicine and shit? Like this is entirely voluntary. You chose to do this.
I did.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after the fact that I started having these thoughts, because I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional at one point because I'm like, my abilities as a man have been extinguished essentially. But Wes, what?
Well,
That's
okay.
fair.
Would you consider breast reduction mutilation?
I mean, I guess, but like,
I think that's more mutilation than what Murr went through.
no, I disagree, because sometimes, man, when they reduce and enhance, I mean, there's some art that happens with that, because sometimes you got just giant hanging honkers that, I'm like, okay, gravity's not being.
Yeah, they present certain problems, back, shoulder.
I'm talking aesthetically, sometimes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Obviously, if you can get over this aesthetic male hurdle, like tits, you understand that someone, a petite girl or woman rather, has had back problems for a chunk of her life and would like to, be able to stretch her shoulders back and go, that feels good.
What I'm saying is aesthetically, just because they're big doesn't mean they're nice. That's my point. I was
That's fair.
Sometimes, if it looks like you're smuggling a fucking watermelon in a nylon sock, like, that's a problem. But, you trim it back, you get the melons a little closer to the top. That's a better look aesthetically. But I'd say from a mutilation standpoint, those honkers will still work.
Yeah, I think that's where we're like, mutilation doesn't necessarily mean like aesthetically pleasing or fucking. It just means it's like serious injury. I guess you could say disfigured, but you're not disfigured. Like your shit still looks like your shit. It just doesn't work.
Right.
Like if you start hacking slashing titties, they still look like titties. They just no longer look like the titties that were there previously. I think that's what I'm saying. That's more mutilation versus, and that's way more serious of a surgery. Like, you know what I mean? Like some jabroni fucking did it, and you were in stirrups. Like fucking boob surgery's like full anesthesia.
Dude, that's the weird part. No stirrups, man. I was just leg fucking right angle hanging.
That's just ignorant on your doctor's part, I think.
By the way, with both my jock strap, my underwear, and my pants around my ankles. Now, I know it's definitely not comfortable. I think it serves two purposes. One, you don't have any flailing leg syndrome going on from all the fucking tugging and pulling on the balls. And then two, when you're done, you don't have to like
fish your boxer briefs through something that just got cut up.
And you just seriously just stand up and then pull your pants up and you're done. I gotta say though, some of the emotional trauma was I don't know, raised by the nurse lady. Now I gotta say, has she ever touched one of these things before? Because she was rubbing iodine on me, and she was yanking me like she was playing Street Fighter fucking 2, man. It was brah, brah, brah.
So, more of an X-Men guy myself, but I understand where you're coming from, sure.
A lot of up, down, left, right, BA start action going on. But she did specifically say to her trainee that was with her, two ladies, by the way, very fun times for me.
Ooh, so you got the trainee in the room. You got the junior, the up and comer.
Yes. Now the one was kind of a looker. The other one was there, and the exact quote was, "Now move his penis here. We don't want it to flop into the area." Just using the word flop, like I was like, yes, we wouldn't want it to.
Yeah, right.
Flop, because it has the ability to do such a thing. It wasn't just mushrooming up. I had some hang, so I was very happy about that. Almost passed out.
Man, you're right. I'm much more of a flopper than just a kind of a shifter.
That's
You're right.
And
thank you for that.
But I did almost pass out on the drive home. I thought I was fine. Got in the car, started it up, felt a little out of sorts. Huffed a lot of nitrous over the last half hour. And then I got onto 24 in Bel Air. I was driving. I was like talking to Maria. I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to pull into this random housing development right now because I don't know if I'm going to make it home if I don't. Bye. I hung up on her. And then I stopped and I went into a complete flop sweat. And then, I think I passed out for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably a heart rate thing. That probably wasn't, your body's just coming to, adjusting, or blood pressure or both,
Yeah, and I mean, significant trauma to your human body. There's that as well.
Was there any type of warning or anything like, hey, you're driving yourself? Just want to be sure. Did they say anything like that?
No, it was outpatient procedure. They said, it's no big deal. You can go home. You'll be fine. Blah blah blah. And I honestly, I've passed out like a pussy. I've passed out during all my tattoos. After the first one, I always tell them, like, I'm probably going down at some point. If you got smelling salts, I'll be fine. I come back too. They finish the job. So I think my body has a bad reaction to, I guess, shock of some kind. I don't know if that's what that is. Trauma. I don't know. But thankfully the Tesla too, I was driving home. I wasn't feeling it. I just boop, put it in fucking self-drive, and thank God for that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I drove home after I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and the surgeon was kind of awestruck. Now I will say I didn't get put under, and I sat in a room for about 20 minutes, and he came in, and I said, I feel totally fine. He said, I'm not going to lie. I it's less than 1 in 100 people drive themselves home. It's probably more like 1 in 1,000. I was like, well, one, I'm going 2 blocks. I mean, if I'd feel weird, I could just pull over and walk home. And two, I'm not lying. I'm not fibbing from some sort of some complete stranger to tell you how macho I am. I feel totally fine. And he's okay, all right. I do want you to sign a waiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I checked in with the ladies at the desk, I was fine. I mean, I was hurt a little bit, but I was just like, what do I need to do? I got to sign anything, pay anything? What's up? And they were like, no, your insurance is really good. Covered everything. You don't have to pay a dime. Don't need your credit card. Just sign here that it's all over and you can be on your way. And I just gave him a half-hearted thumbs up, and fucking rolled out the door. Nobody said a goddamn thing to me. Walked to the car very gingerly, got in, pulled out of the parking lot. Was like, uh-oh.
Fucking A.
This ain't good.
And then you proceeded to watch college basketball for 10 hours a day.
I don't know who told me to do this. I don't know if it was somebody at work or if it was one of you two juggalos, but it was like, dude, people schedule their vasectomies right around the NCAA tournament. So, you got to sit there with a bag of peas on your balls. You might as well have something to watch. Lo and behold, fucking the 20th, got home, started icing my balls. By the time they started to de-swell, boom, tip-off began, and the fucking fury of DraftKings began.